Hi Libra, welcome to your reading. I'm shooting this in mid-November, but this is a timeless read, a timeless energy read, so if the title caught your eye, there's definitely a message in here for you. So this reading will cover the next few weeks, and I'll get started by clearing the energies. Divine messengers, ancestors, spirit guides, please be here now to guide Libra with divine messages for their highest good for mid-November and the upcoming few weeks as we travel into the holiday season. And please block any negative energies from this space. We welcome you and thank you for your presence. Alrighty, so I'd like to get started by pulling a couple of oracle cards. This is the Wild Unknown Oracle, and these are pretty intense cards. I actually really like them a lot. I should tell you that it just started raining really hard here. I'm in Venice Beach, but it's been kind of just sprinkling all day, and it just started pouring. So here we go. Oh, messages for Libra. What are the themes coming up for Libra in mid-November, headed towards the holiday season? Libra, what messages do you have for Libra? I have the Orphan. And the Cave. So the Orphan talks about like feeling left out in some way, or feeling like you don't have a support system, community, or kind of feeling like you have to go it alone, make your own way. That includes providing for yourself, loving yourself, all of these things, being your own mother and father, reparenting. I'm getting reparenting yourself. And it has like a bit of this Ouroboros on it. It's slightly different symbol, but the Ouroboros symbol, the snake eating his tail, symbolizes infinity. And it suggests to me that like you have done this before, or it just has felt like a very long time that you've been caring for yourself, providing for yourself. And then the cave is like re-entering the womb, like a rebirthing. The cave represents the womb, right? And so like you are entering this cave and like finding the deep mysteries, like going to the pool of healing, and rebirthing yourself. You're going to come out new. The next one was the eternal child, right? So, yeah, so, you're rebirthing yourself, and it's not going to, like, make you less childlike. You've always been, maybe when you were young, everybody told you seem like an old soul, and now that you're older, everybody tells you seem so young and childlike. And it's because you didn't get to be a child when you were a child, and now you're having to let that inner child out, that playful part of you out now, after being healed and rebirthed with this inner wisdom that you found. And one last one, you got the warrior, the rainbow warrior, and yeah, like you don't have to be where you're going. You're not going to have to be as hard, but you have been fiercely protecting your inner child all of this time because you had no one else to do it, right? Because you felt orphaned. And it's a reminder that like this was in place for a reason, and and you grew through this, and you had so many lessons because of having to care for yourself. Like you've really like been through a lot. In if you're young, it's like you've been through a lot, and then if you're not, you've also been through a lot. So it's like learning how to let your inner child out after having to be like your own protector for all this time. So let's get into it. I'm interested in seeing how these themes show up in your reading today, and if we can get a little more insight on these. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Modern Witch Tarot. And let's pull a few cards. What messages do you have for Libra today, Spirit? What messages, insights can we offer to Libra here in mid-November? Queen of Wands reversed. Let's pull a few more to get the story. Oh, 9 of Pentacles reversed. 7 of Cups. The rain actually makes the traffic seem much louder. I apologize for that. Ooh, the 3 of Wands. Okay. Where'd my glasses go? Ah. So you feel like there's been some delays in coming into this period of being self-sufficient. 9 of Pentacles, self-sufficiency. So, like, there's been some blocks to becoming fully self-sufficient, and like, you may have felt like you were spinning your wheels in the past, and you had to reevaluate if the energy you were putting in was giving back. And this has been coming up for a lot of the signs this month, and in the daily reads as well. And it talks about reprioritizing your efforts to match the rewards that you're getting. So you may have been, cycling or working for somebody else really hard, but now it's saying that you're coming unblocked, and you're going to be able to start seeing the fruits of your labor here. Because the Queen of Wands is action-oriented, and she has grown the most out of any of the cards in the deck. That the wands symbolize growth, and the sunflower symbolizes happiness. The black cat symbolizes protection. What else is here? Strength. She has Leo, double Leo up here at the top, so strength. And so she's known to be one of the happiest and most delightful queen in the deck to be with. And so it's like your trials and tribulations are not for none. They've given you the character you have, and the ability to let things kind of roll off your shoulders, and not respond in the way that you may have in the past, or the way that you see other people respond. You're like a cool cat, right? Cool as a cucumber. The wands also talk about having a lot of passion for what you do, and just a lot of passion in general. And sometimes that passion can, can bring up your fiery side, your temper. I'm going to clarify these. So as you're opening up to these new things in your life, you have a lot of choices. And the 7 of Cups talks about really like making sure that these choices, like, this may cause you a lot of anxiety too, or worry, like, am I making the right choice? So this could be, symbolizes that. But basically it's talks about making sure that you're making the correct choices by like really thinking about and contemplating what your choices are, and maybe like doing, the homework on each of them, so you don't end up with a tornado and you get instead, a heart or a flower, right, instead of the snake. And so that talks about planning, and like once you start making these choices, you can plan for the future, or also at least go hand in hand. It could be, you have to make the correct choices to plan for your future. So let's clarify this with the Light Seers deck. I love this one. Okay. Tell me about Libra's 9 of Pentacles reversed. Why is the 9 of Pentacles reversed here for Libra? Why is this 9 of Pentacles reversed for Libra? Ooh. Because you're starting a new journey, or you're coming at it from a new perspective. I would say this is the beginning of a new journey where you you're just starting to this journey of creating this self-sufficiency and stability. So this could be like a new career. It could be like a new place to live that's more affordable. What else for this Nine of Pentacles reverse? There's something, you know, that's bringing you to this, not just self-sufficiency, but self-assuredness, enough to share with others, like she's a refined woman who enjoys, life's luxuries. The King of Cups and the King of Wands upside down. These are energies. It's like you're coming into the more mature period. And sometimes the maturity manifests as kings. Talks about... So the Cups talks about being balanced in emotions, and the King of Wands talks about having balance in your strength and like having patience, like having mastered like being strong and like knowing when to roar and when to hold back, right? Holding back is a lot of what strength is. But the reason I paused is because it's also interesting, because now you have the King of Wands and the King of Wands combo. So it's like coming into balance. Excuse me. But it could also be that there's a partner coming in that really suits you. For some of you. You're attracting attention. As you start this new journey and you come into your own, you come into the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Cups, you're starting to attract a lot of attention. Or people are noticing, not just friends and family, but also exes, potential suitors, your partner even is noticing. What else about this Queen of Wands? What can you tell me about this Queen of Wands energy that we're getting from Libra? Yeah, I'm getting like divine balance. Like you're really becoming a very like balanced person, and you're following your passions. What else about this Queen of Wands here? Ooh. New perspective. Like people are starting to see you differently. It came in reverse, so they have a new perspective of you. But also, you see yourself differently now. You're seeing yourself differently as well. And the light bulbs, you have a lot of new ideas here, and you've been like doing the work, right? You've been doing the studying, you've been doing the daydream, you have like the trust. Do you see how this page is like walking over this threshold, and it's sort of like doing a tightrope walk, but there's so much trust that she's just reading her book, and so it's like you feel divinely guided at this time in this new venture of yours. What are these Seven of Cups? Ooh. Wow, you've got the Sun. One of my favorite cards in the deck, because it represents joy and harmony. So one of these choices coming up for you could lead you down this really like fulfilling and rewarding path, where it could bring you a lot of joy. And like I feel that you are going to be making this choice of like choosing joy, choosing something that makes you happy, or like working towards a more fulfilling life. Like if you've been feeling unfulfilled and like you just like what am I doing this for? I work all the time. do this and that and this, but what am I doing? What is it all for? What does it all mean? You're going to make that choice to go towards this happiness. And again, you've got like third eye crown activation. And Ace of Wands also stands for like a new passion. So, you know, so you're headed towards this new passion, which is ultimately going to bring you happiness. There's a lot of luck and success. Like the sun represents also success. And you're leaving behind Five of Swords. This is kind of like bitterness and arguments, things that like you're not going to be doing things and wondering why you do them anymore. You're leaving behind any form of like things that don't feel good, don't feel right, don't like align with your moral compass anymore, like whether that's work or friends or your lover. If it doesn't align with you anymore, like you're gonna see it differently, and like if your morals have changed, then you can't continue on with people that like it just doesn't align. I'm not saying they can be good or bad, but like with the way you've changed, it's not for you anymore. You know, you are elevating to like a higher place. Oh, you got the Empress, right? So you like this is, you know, by doing this, embracing this change, and like, and not taking the bait when people try and bait you to get you to enter into these mind games with you. Like it brings you to this Empress status, and the Empress is like the most nurturing card in the deck. Like she fertile, like this is a big creative idea or a creative period coming in for you, and all of your plans for the future are going to be based on this new, you know, this is you now. Like you've grown so much. Like you're not the orphan anymore or the eternal child. Like you've come out of this womb right here. This cave represents the womb, and you become the Empress, or you like birth a creative creation that is going to be very successful, right? Like whatever you've got going on, you like this creative idea, you know, this new passion is something that you're going to be wanting to like, you know, I would definitely, you know, consider this. Like, I mean, this is definitely the direction you want to go in. I will say that, you know, you don't want to be here anymore. Nobody wants to be there, especially not you, or any of us, you know, like nobody wants to be there. So you're making plans for the future based on who you are now, right? Like because you see yourself with clear eyes, and people can't make you feel bad about yourself. They can't make you feel like they are better than you. Like there's a lot of like, I'm getting like equity here, like a balance of the scales. I mean, you are the Justice card. That's out on the table because Libra is justice, and like it's always about balancing the scales. So if you felt, what did we say, out in the cold? Did we have that earlier? If you felt out in the cold before, not for much longer. Like that's over with. Like you are forging your own path, and you're bringing people along that see you like this now. It's for your highest good, really. So let's see, what else? What are these plans for the future? What does Libra have these plans in the future about? What is Libra planning? What is Libra's plans for the future? You're going to take fast-moving action towards this new idea, and it's going to take all your strength to get there, but you're taking fast action on this idea, and it's taking not just your strength but your patience You know, the Strength card is the only other card in the deck besides the Magician that has the infinity on it. It's her little tattoo here. But it reminds us of the ebb and flow of life and the cyclical nature. So, like, you don't have to rush too hard. You know, like, it doesn't always happen in a direct line, but know that you're making progress, right? Like, you make a little, and then you slow down. You make a little more, you slow down. You like more, slow down. And, like, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Like, eventually you get there. What else are these plans? What are these plans? What are these plans? Tell me more about these plans for the future. You know, it's the holidays, too. Like, it may be just that you're, like, maybe you're just not ready to share these plans with everybody, even though you're taking action on them. Like, or that comes up, you know, because people want to know what you're doing. It's the holidays. Sorry, you got the Ten of Swords. And you're just done with that. You're done with that. That kind of energy, like, you know. You're going to tell people what you're thinking about. And, like, you're truly, once you go on this journey, like, it's not like a looking back. Like, you are now, like, have changed a lot. You've grown a lot. And so, like, you know, some things are hard to leave behind, but it's for the greatest good. Like, you know, you may not see the good in it now, but you're going to recognize as you go on this journey why it had to be this way. Why is the Ten of Swords here? Why is the Ten of Swords here for the 3 of Wands? Why is the Ten of Swords here? Why is the Ten of Swords here for the 3 of Wands? Well, yeah, you're gonna do it differently this next time. You know, whatever this project was before that you were working on, you're gonna do it in a different way, right? Because you're the Fool now and you're starting over. You have so much heart, and you're just gonna do it differently. So you got success. And the 7 of Cups again. So, like, it's bringing me right back in a circle. It's starting to repeat itself. So, basically, like, you are, with this new venture that you're planning for, creative, successful venture, it's going to happen. It's just saying to, like, choose wisely going forward, not just what projects you work on, who you work with, like, do your research before making decisions, get references, ask for reviews, all these kinds of things. Okay, I want to pull from this deck that I made. I made one of these a couple years ago, but it got damaged when I was moving. And let's see if we just got any, like, last words of advice. Oh, that's too many. Words of advice for Libra. Words of encouragement. And oh, okay. Got past person. Past person. This past person that wants to come in. Gemini, Cancer, Leo, or Virgo. It can be one of these people. It doesn't have to. It can be more than one. Ooh, and when a card falls, I don't know if you know this, but it's like Spirit wanting to emphasize it. Heartwarming moments. So you may have some heartwarming moments with this past person, or you might be remembering fondly this past person, or looking back fondly on this life that you know you're moving forward and away from. Like, that could be, it could be as simple as that. Like, you could have changed jobs or careers, and so you're like having to leave behind, you know, some people that you really enjoyed working with and stuff like that. But you know, the workforce has been changing a lot, and that would make a lot of sense here. right, let me pull for fun one of these. What is it called? Enchanted Heart by the Enchanted Heart Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Actually, I have a few of her decks, but I really like this one with the hearts on it. Let's get one clear and concise message for Libra. Oh, and two. Okay, so you have Bohemian Heart. You can love someone while staying true to your path. It is by traveling your true path that you will find what your heart is seeking. I embrace my unique path. Right? So not everyone's going to understand why you're going to do this, but you know it's what you have to do for your happiness. You know, like she even has like a buggy here that like, you know, a moving caravan that she's going on this journey. Well, this one's, I think I've seen this one before. This one's Time Travelers. You have all it takes to accomplish your dreams. You will naturally attract helpful friends and wise guidance along your way. I believe in myself. So yeah, it's just talking about trusting this new journey, trusting where this is all leading, because it's going to take you to a much more abundant, fruitful, and happy place. So I love this for you, Libra. Check back in with me. I'm going to be doing December readings here in November. Yeah, thank you so much. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.